Once upon a time, a man did a video featuring a Porsche 911, and you all said, do it yourself, it's easy. Okay, it's not a 911, but it is the E34 530i that I bought on the channel a few weeks ago. Today here on Nobby on Cars, I'm going to give it full service, change things like wiper blades, fuel filter, oil filter, brake fluid, all the things that probably sound normal if you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's find out, how hard can it be? Okay, you're first of all looking at a man who's never ever changed the oil in the car, ever. But I have all the right tools. By the way, this is obviously not my garage. Someone, think of them like the Stig. You'll never ever get to find out who my mechanic mentor is. But let's just say he's very, very generous. So, how hard can this be? I've watched the videos, lefty loosey. Oh, that's very loose. And then we'll do the rest by hand, hold a bit of pressure so it doesn't come flying out. No laughing now if I'll make it hit this. It's already getting a bit stuck. Don't really want oil in the face. Imagine this is what it's like when you're a midwife and you're waiting for the baby to come out. And this is like 10 centimeters dilated. Still pressure there. Alright. Still not feeling any resistance or pressure from oil. Whoa, jeez, I didn't make a total mess of that. And I didn't. Oh, I did drop a washer. There you go. Job's Oxo. So all the stuff I bought for this from Autodoc, which they obviously haven't paid me to say that. It did take a long time to come from Poland, I will say that, and probably the time of year because this is nearly Christmas. The whole lot, every filter, fluid, wipers, like and good stuff, spark plugs, all Bosch, whatever, 180 quid for everything. Now, obviously, mechanics have to make money. I'm not saying they don't. But when you compare that to, if you were to do what we're going to do to the car today, I'd imagine in a BMW dealer, you wouldn't be looking to change out of €1,000. And for most people, you wouldn't put a car this old through a BMW dealership anymore. Anyway, kind of chuffed myself. That went quite well. While the last of the oil, the dregs are dripping down, I'll just do a quick walk underneath the car with you. Again, now, I don't necessarily know what I'm looking for here, by no means any sort of a mechanic. But you can see, obviously, there's what you might call just sweating on some of the areas here. Now, first of all, chassis and everything in the car, again, just to give you the backstory, this was a car that I bought, not totally blind in the UK, but, you know, went over, had a look and was like, yep, I'll take it. And the only things I really were checking were the jack points for rust and just rust in general in the car. So they are very, very straight. You can see various areas where the car has had a bit of work done to it. For a car that was in the UK all of its life, tiny bit of rust here, but nothing of any major concerns. Sills all look straight and dry. So these definitely are probably going to fail an NCT, but again, these are not expensive to buy on places like Autodoc. Pads, reasonably okay, could change if you really, really wanted to. The car failed an MOT originally 2 months ago in the UK and then passed. So this is just outer skin, but be interested to see if the NCT fail it on this. There's bits dropping off, but I would potentially consider getting stainless steel exhaust for this car. Those tips, as far as I can tell, are black. Brake line up here, definitely corrosion on that. I just don't know how easy it is to unclamp these areas and then weave these things in. Obviously, they're behind things. In my head, it feels like doing surgery on a human, and how many layers you want to go digging looking for stuff. But underneath, you know, as a car, as a piece of metal, it is a straight enough car. So we've kind of been wondering, whoever owned this car for the first, God, 33, nearly 34 years of his life, it doesn't feel like they drove it in bad conditions at all. Right, so next up, oil filter. Again, Bosch, 7 quid, literally Bosch. I've seen people say, oh, the seal in the old one is fine, I'll just reuse that. It's 7 quid, just put them in. This is a crush washer, so there's 3 that come in the pack. you obviously can find out which one is going to suit your plug for your car. If you're doing this for the first time, that might be something just to check in case you're looking at the three going, where do they all go? There's even a tiny, probably can't even see it, seal in there. So comes with everything in the pack, literally for €7. Have my ratchet extension. Give that little twist. So first of all, I thought this was the oil filter, which is the power steering filter. So there you go. This is like, I'd say this will be shown to mechanics on the first day. So basically there's a big long screw that goes there. Grand. Pull her out. Whee. It's like catching fish. Very messy fish. So handy tip is have a bucket handy if you're going to do that, because it's obviously messy. Oil's going to go everywhere. You've taken what you think is all the oil out of the engine, but actually obviously you've got loads sitting in the filter, so makes it a bit easier for yourself. Keep your bucket nearby. So basically the reason for all these little tiny washers, they go on lots of places, including the very end of this metal bolt. Now I'm probably calling things different words that, you know, aren't always the correct terminology. The whole point of this video is to prove, with a little bit of guidance, can even a total noob like me figure this stuff out? How hard can it be? And again, that's not taken away from people who are actually trained to do this. I just mean, you know, can I have a go at it? Yeah. Any tips, by the way, for anyone else watching these things who might also be entitled or enticed to watch Mechanics for Dummies? Feel free to give any words of wisdom. Now I'm starting to see why lads say, do you know what, it's grand, I'll just leave it, it's fine. Okay, so bit of brute force, that's gone. Another tip just to help with these things is a little bit of fresh oil. Put it on the tip of your finger and run it around the new seal. It's amazing as well to look at these parts. Like these are old. They're still perfect. 35, 36 years, probably 37 years ago this was made. All right, brand new filter again, €7. Can't believe it. All the years I've paid for other people to do this work for me. It might feel a little bit loose as you do that. The cap's obviously going to force that back into a position it's meant to be in. We have all our new bits, our new seals. It's in nice and tight, lovely. Now there are obviously torque settings you can view for all these things, but I'm a layman, so let's go righty tighty, lefty loosey. Feel that starting to tighten there now by hand. Just a little bit of a movement, not to overdo it. Yeah, I think that's good. Obviously I know about these things if I end up seeing oil all over my driveway in the next few days that I didn't do something right. Right, so next up on the list, spark plugs. Why? No real reason, just starting from the start with the car. Don't, like, there's plenty of history with it, but still, I don't know the car, so now I'm getting to know the car. Again, Bosch spark plugs were €3 each for nothing, so we might as well do it while we're here. Now there is, by modern car standards, there's a lot of space in the engine bay of the E34. There's still things that are made easier by removing things, so I want to just take some of this stuff out and get to the plugs easier. It actually has a rubber bit on the inside, so it should in theory take the plug with it. There we go. It's like I've done it before, huh? So it's a little bit confusing because you think you're trying to put it in straight, but it is slightly at an angle. So I just felt by turning it left there, I felt a little click, and now we're tightening in, I think. All right, so that's one done. If you're used to doing this, you'll probably know, but take the old plug out, replace the new one, and keep going. Don't do them all at the same time because wires and everything else gets crossed. Right, next up we're going to change the rocket cover gasket. So 8 bolts, airflow meter has to come off. It's going to take a little bit of time. This is what we're doing next. Okay, so this is the heart of my baby. So this is the oil spray bar. Washers here. These banjo bolts, as they're called, I'm told, can come loose. And we're going to check just to make sure everything here is tight, because that tapping noise is driving me mad. This is meant to be a silky smooth engine at idle. And it's a lovely, lovely sound for anyone who's familiar with them. So we're going to check the valve clearances here. But again, look at that. Isn't that impressive to look at? That piece of engineering is so old, and it looks perfect. Can you guess which is the brake fluid that's just come out of the car? Yes, it will be this one. So that's the colour versus, well, like when you wee first thing in the morning. That's how it should look. Dirty old smelly fuel filter is in there. of all the jobs actually, so the E34, it's just up here where it goes. Fuel line there. It's a stinking, filthy, dirty job. People always tell you workshops aren't, you know, they're full of computers these days, but like, you're still gonna have a bit of this. Right, it is. My watch has gone off because it thinks I'm asleep. It's 10 to 11. Started at 5:30. May need a new camshaft. I had another master technician, that's all I'll say, who trained on these cars, had a look at it. His recommendation was genuine parts. You can get pretty much any part you like for this car from Frank Keen's website, brand new genuine parts. You're talking over €1,000 for that, and with all the extra parts you need. That might be a little bit too much for a car of this age, but if I'm going to hang on to it for a while, could be well worth doing, so I don't know. But we've done fuel, oil. We didn't get around to pollen, but it's there to be done. I've got some new inner headlights that I got 50 quid each on eBay because they're just a bit messed. Outside ones are fine. About to do a set of tyres on it. VRT is tomorrow night. I'll do another video on that. Whole barrel of laughs. But the satisfaction, and I didn't do it all myself, but the satisfaction from doing it and knowing it was done right and good parts are put into it and everything. And sorry, one other thing. Have a look at this. So we fitted an M-Tech 1 wheel to the car. I really like it, and I might buy it. Now, the M-Tech 2 is lovely as well. They're not necessarily in line with an SE5 series, but the M-Tech 2 did come with the M5. So I don't think it's out of character of the car, but I just really like that wheel. Anyway, thanks for coming this far in the video today. Are we the new Irish wheeler dealers? I don't know, because Ed China would have to be on camera, and that makes me my brewer, and I'm not sure how I feel about that anyway. You probably haven't learned anything from watching this video, but was I able to assist in servicing, giving the car a full service, including spark plugs? I think so. It's time to go home.